Evolution is atheist religion.
Oh my god, I had no idea. Here I was, stupidly thinking that evolution was just a fact about reality that has been thoroughly researched and is simply the conclusion of that research collated into a scientific theory. But it turns out it's actually a system of faith with some kind of God and precepts and an unchanging nature, even though it changes constantly as we find out new information and has none of those other things, unlike literally any fucking religion in the ever. Weird that. If I didn't know any better, I think it wasn't a religion at all.
Atheist evolutionist and philosopher of biology. Evolution is promoted by its practitioners as more than mere science.
I'm sorry, is that supposed to be a quote? Who is this atheist evolutionist? And do they actually call themselves that? Because I don't know anyone who calls themselves an evolutionist. Because it doesn't really fucking mean anything. And is more a way that theists try to poison the well on evolution to make it sound more like an ideology. But all evolutionist really means is someone who understands and accepts the science when it comes to that particular field. And it would be okay if your guys didn't accept that field, but you have to do the first part as well. But apparently, understanding things is just far too difficult.
Evolution is promulgated as an ideology, a secular religion, a full-fledged alternative to Christianity, with meaning and morality.
Okay, so whoever this totally real moron is that actually said that, they are clearly a fucking moron. This isn't even remotely a description of anything that evolution is or does. This is like saying that the work we have done to show how physics, works, well, that's a religion now. It doesn't make any sense. And you wouldn't do that because physics, for the most part, doesn't seem to go against any particular glaring claims, at least not that I know of, and I feel like I would know of it because then you would have done the exact same thing with that. Because of course the reason evolution has to be a religion is because their religious explanation for the diversity of life on Earth is God did it, which is of course shown to be staggeringly wrong. And instead of taking the L, these guys of course have to make shit up about their opponents instead, because why be honest when a lie is just as good?
Evolution is a religion. This was true of evolution in the beginning, and it is true of evolution still today. Atheist philosopher of biology, Dr. Michael Ruse. How evolution became a religion. Creationists correct.
Holy shit, we have an actual person with a whole entire name. I'm honestly shocked. Now, before I go and check who this person is and what they said, if anything, let's have some guesses. They're going to be A, not a real person, B, a real person but not possessing the particular labels applied to them, C, a real person with those labels but they didn't say that, or they said something like that but it's been quote mined to shit, completely changing the meaning, or D, he is and said all those things but is kind of a fucking moron. Although to be fair, I have no idea what an atheist philosopher of biology is, but we shall see. And okay, so I looked into it and well, his title is not exactly correct. He seems to be a professor of philosophy of both biology and science, and unfortunately the gist of what he said appears to be true. Well, that he said it. So the man is, as far as I can tell, a bit of a fucking idiot. And he's bandied about non-stop by the creation lot all over the shop, at least when you look for his name, as the one good atheblab. But unfortunately what he's saying makes no sense. But even if it did, he's an individual saying this. One guy does not dictate the meaning of things. And seeing as he doesn't even appear to be an actual scientist, I would assume his understanding of evolution itself is flawed at best. But hey, I could be wrong. At the end of the day, no one but the creationists seem to be talking about the guy, so getting accurate info on him is going to be difficult, mostly because of their propensity to constantly lie about everything.
National Post, 2000. Atheist evolutionist and philosopher of biology. I'm an atheist. Dr. Michael Ruse. Zoologist and philosopher of biology. It is a religion of science that Darwinism held, and holds men's minds. The modified, but still characteristically Darwinian theory has itself become an orthodoxy, preached by its adherents with religious fervor, and doubted, they feel, only by a few muddlers imperfect in scientific faith.
Alright, so we got another one. Dr. Marjorie de Green, or Green, or whatever. Although I can't even find this individual, but considering they gave the wrong title for the last person, I can only assume that this shit is intentional. But again, so what? These individuals calling evolution some kind of religion because the people who understand how, reality works all agree together, with a few people who disagree, well, they're considered not credible. But it's like calling gravity a religion, or electromagnetism a religion. Things we have studied and understand and that we can do things with because they are science. And if people come along and say things about them that don't make sense, or that they somehow don't exist, when they're not being taken seriously by their quote-unquote peers, well, it's completely unsurprising that they wouldn't be taken seriously. But the fact is, when things about evolution are actually shown to be wrong, the science just changes. No religion does this, because it's not a fucking religion, and only a liar or an idiot, or both, would claim otherwise.
Dr. Marjorie G. Green, BSc Zoology, PhD Philosophy, Encounter, 1959.
Alright, she's from a million fucking years ago, no wonder I can't seem to find her. Just consider this for a second. You had to go that far back to find another person who allegedly agrees with this ludicrous concept, and yet you will find countless actual scientists who will explain how that doesn't make any sense today. Now, you can go, well, of course, because the religious precept is that it's not a religion, and that would be awfully convenient, but what if it just isn't a religion, because it's literally not one, you giant fucking doofus?
Atheist evolutionary biologist. We take the side of atheistic materialistic evolutionary science in spite of the patent absurdity of some of its constructs.
Well, can't wait to find out who this is, but now it's you have to have this specific worldview to evolution. But here's another big problem with your itam religious concept. Loads of religious people understand and accept evolution, you dumb fuck. Think about it. Do these people have multiple religions? Or are they believing a concept that is effectively unrelated to any kind of faith claims? And yes, evolution is not a faith claim. People don't believe it despite the lack of evidence. They believe it because of the overwhelming amount of evidence. Almost like ...
In spite of its failure to fulfill many of its extravagant promises of health and life, in spite of the tolerance of the scientific community for unsubstantiated just-so stories, because we have a prior commitment, a commitment to materialism.
That is actual fecking gibberish. Evolution says nothing about health. It has no commitment to materialism. Evolution can be entirely true in a universe that has supernatural shit going on as well. Whatever the fuck this person definitely said. It's just complete and total nonsense that has nothing to do with how evolution works, how it is studied, and anything anyone expects it to do.
It is not that the methods and institutions of science somehow compel us to accept a material explanation of the phenomenal world, but, on the contrary, that we are forced by our a priori adherence to material causes to create an apparatus of investigation and a set of concepts that produce material explanations, no matter how counterintuitive, no matter how mystifying to the uninitiated. Moreover, that materialism is an absolute, for we cannot allow a divine foot in the door. Atheist evolutionary biologist Dr. Richard Lewontin.
Well, it seems that you're just talking about science here, and again, it just evolves into nonsense. I mean, a priori means relating to or denoting reasoning or knowledge which proceeds from theoretical deduction rather than observation or experience. Observation is the very cornerstone of science. And guess what? Evolution is based on observations as well, because it's a science. It's a conclusion not reached because it sounds cool or we would like it to be true, like whatever you likely believe, but because it is the end of a set of exercises that no matter how many times you do them, or what you would like the results to be, if done using the scientific method with the information available to us at the time, the conclusion will always be the same. I wonder why.
Thesis: evolution is an atheist religion.
I feel like you should have started with this instead of getting a bunch of quotes from random people that in no way make evolution a religion, let alone an atheist one. But that's only because atheists don't even need to understand and accept evolution to be atheists, as the two things are essentially completely unrelated. There are plenty of atheists who don't buy into evolution. They're fucking idiots, but they're there.
1. Atheists claim that evolution is pure science, and not a secular religion, or an atheist religion. Note, secular is a code word for atheism.
Secular is not a code word for atheism, you stupid lying fuck. It actually has a specific meaning because it's separate from atheism. In fact, secular just means not related to spiritual beliefs. Anything can be secular without being strictly about atheism. Also, yeah, we don't call evolution a religion. You know why? It's because it totally is, and we are hiding it because, as we all know, religions are bad. I mean, that's the only reason I can think of why anyone would want to paint evolution as a religion, because they know that all religions, including theirs, are basically entirely full of shit. So better make sure that people think that this scientific concept is full of shit too. Unfortunately, saying that and it being true are, well, mutually exclusive to say the least.
2. However, the evidence indicates that evolution is an atheist religion, a secular religion. See below.
Oh, I just cannot wait to find out what evidence you have that proves that something that categorically is not and could not possibly be a religion is. I can only guess it's something along the lines of, they won't change the science to fit my worldview, even though I bring no proof as to why that should be the case. And science, well, I'm not going to change my worldview despite the evidence that's presented to me. So somehow that must be what they're doing too. That or it's a religion because I really, 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 really want it to be.
3. Quote, atheist philosopher of biology, Dr. Michael Ruse. Evolution is a religion.
Wait, is that one of your evidence, boys? I mean, again, I told you you should have done this bit first. But yeah, no, that's not evidence. That's someone's opinion. One that I am not even 100% sure is what they actually meant. And if it is, they're objectively wrong. And saying something weird and silly for reasons I will probably never fathom. And that's because I try to base my beliefs in reality instead of the inane ravings of lunatics, also known as scripture.
This was true of evolution in the beginning, and it is true of evolution still today.
You're just repeating yourself now, and, well, it is a classic trick of the utterly lacking in anything backing them up. Repetition, because they believe if you say something enough times, it gets to be true. And to be fair, some might say that I have repeatedly stated that evolution is not, in fact, a religion. And while that would be a fair point if that was something I was doing apropos of nothing, it's a response to the claim that he's making. What the fuck else am I supposed to do? Just agree with the prick? That's exactly what he wants me to do. I mean, he really is. He would jizz his pants if this shit actually worked on people who know he's full of shit. Unfortunately for him, we know he's full of shit.
4. Quote, atheist philosopher, Dr. Michael Ruse. Evolution is promoted by its practitioners as more than mere science.
See, this one is just confusing. I literally don't know of anyone who says that evolution is anything but a science, other than people like you. The people who understand it just get on with their lives. No one wakes up in the morning and thanks evolution for such a wonderful day of promise. No one kneels down beside their bed at night and hopes that they won't die, but if they do in their sleep, evolution will come and take them to the great evolution plex in the sky. No one puts their hands together around the dining table to thank evolution for the food on their plates. All they do is say, isn't that interesting? Let's see what else we can learn about this.
Evolution is promulgated as an ideology, a secular religion, a full-fledged alternative to Christianity, with meaning and morality.
Right, I mean, to be fair, it's almost a good thing that you're repeating yourself, because there's just so much of this shit that it's easy to miss things when I'm just kind of pissed off about people saying stupid shit. Okay, full-fledged alternative to Christianity. In what universe is that even close to something that makes any fucking sense? Let's compare and contrast. Does evolution attempt to explain where the universe came from? No, of course it fucking doesn't. Does evolution have a leader who is faultless and everyone must worship? You might interject with Darwin, but no, Darwin was wrong about loads of shit. His ideas may have helped start us in the right direction with one specific topic, but no one uses them exclusively because they've changed. Bible shit doesn't, by the way. Morality? Exactly what morality could evolution possibly provide? It doesn't tell you what you should or shouldn't do, what is right or what is wrong. Only that populations change over time for various reasons. And one more, because we could do this all freaking day, but we won't because I've got shit to do. Does evolution have any kind of centers of worship? No, of course not. No one is worshipping shit. The only thing evolution does, and even claims to do, is explain the diversity of life on this planet. If you think you can get an entire religion out of that, you have a better imagination than I do. And, well, you do keep making shit up, so...
5. Quote, atheist philosopher, Dr. Michael Ruse. I am an ardent evolutionist.
Did he really say that? I just doubt it. It's like someone with a medical degree calling themselves a fucking medicinist. No one does that shit. Although, it really doesn't matter what he called himself. It matters what he said.
6. Quote, Dr. Michael Ruse. I am an atheist.
Wait, what? That was the entire point? That a person was an evolutionist, and that's supposed to be evidence that evolution does be an religion? That's, well, it's just nothing. If this one also just goes, me am the athey boys, and moves on, I'm just not going to be very surprised, because I know that much already.
6. Professor Michael Ruse. How evolution became a religion. Creationists correct.
You don't have the right inflection on that, FYI. It's creationists correct? Because, you know, it's a question. And the answer, of course, is fucking no. Also, how evolution became a religion is, well, it didn't. Because it isn't. And it never could be. We don't make religions based on facts. We only ever make them based on shit we made up, as far as I can tell.
Darwinians wrongly mix science with morality. Politics. National Post, 2000.
What exactly the fuck is a Darwinian when it's at home? It sounds like some sort of alien race. And as much as no one identifies as an evolutionist, somehow even fewer people identify as fucking Darwinian. Crying out loud. That's how wrong you are. You're getting into negative goddamn numbers. I would say I was impressed, but I'm mostly just trying desperately not to accidentally face palm my own head off.
Conclusion. Darwinism is an atheist religion.
No, the only conclusion of this video is that you have no idea what you're talking about. So instead of actually learning anything about evolution, you instead get a bunch of random quotes from random people, some of whom don't even appear to be scientists, and then call evolution by a name that no one but you and yours use. In fact, 2 names that no one but you use, because of how honest you are. And then you claim you have proven anything, whilst actually proving that the only thing that creationists ever prove is that they are so full of shit that I'm amazed it doesn't erupt forth from every orifice every second of the day. No, wait, that's what those sounds were that I mistook for talking. Right, yes. Yes, I know it's an AI voice, he's just that full of shit, okay?
Wait, before you go, I have something super important to tell you. It's life or death. It will change everything forever. Nope, wait, it's gone. Oh well, probably wasn't important. But while I have you, don't forget to comment, subscribe and notify. And if you want more of my smexy voice, check out Mrs. Six's channel Spoonstaff Stories, where I narrate and voice all the videos, and she does the work. And if you want to support the channel, check out the merch store for cool t-shirts, or check out Patreon, memberships and PayPal to support directly. Finally, follow me on the medias of social to get completely pointless guff and to keep up on the latest releases. Oh, I just remembered what I was gonna tell you. Whatever you do, don't touch the